Thank you so much. So we're here tonight at the 2025 NAPE convention. It's the largest oil and gas onshore convention in the country. All of us who kind of operate in the onshore shale space look forward to this night, to this week with a lot of anticipation. It's exciting, it's exhausting, it's NAPE. Those of you who've been before know exactly what I'm saying, and just glad to be here again.
So my favorite thing about this conference is everybody that comes here is coming to buy or sell something, usually mineral rights, right? So there's an air of energy and excitement at this conference that you don't see at any other oil and gas conference in the world. But the other thing is stuff like this, the networking, my ability to reach out and meet people that I've only known online, and actually do these in-person events, which, by the way, not only thank you for doing this, thank you for donating money to charity. That's a special type of company that carves out a little bit to give back, and I love that. But speaking of giving back, y'all do a lot of stuff in this industry. Let's talk a little bit about what Oliva Gibbs actually does.
So Oliva Gibbs is an oil and gas law firm. We're based here in Houston. We represent clients in the upstream space, mineral buyers, oil and gas operators. Our practice focuses on litigation, acquisitions, oil and gas title examination, and we're big believers in giving back to the industry that's given us so much. So we try to do what we can to share our knowledge, to share what we've done, not to kind of hoard our expertise. We like to do these types of speaking engagements. We like to do a lot of writing and speaking and just give everything back that we can, because we find that the better educated our clients are, the better we can represent them.
Yeah, and Brad's being humble. If you haven't checked out one of their webinars, you haven't checked their blog posts, literally half of their legal expertise they give away for free. And I bet the other half probably needs some type of experience to actually implement. But the industry's changing a lot right now. We have AI coming in right now. We have a new presidential administration coming in right now. There's an air of positivity in the oil and gas industry, which I haven't seen in a decade. And I love the fact that you're right here sitting on top of this, helping everybody maneuver through all this. There's a lot of changes going on.
Yeah, there absolutely are, and you've hit the nail on the head. I mean, we're really all waiting to see exactly how AI is going to impact the industry. There's a lot of implications for operators, for optimization, for reservoir data analysis, for safety in the oil patch. We've all seen what's kind of represented in the Landman show, which is another kind of cultural zeitgeist right now. I mean, the way they would show it, everybody in the oil patch has a bag over their head in an airplane hangar, or they're involved in a well blowout daily. But a lot of the new technology, a lot of the information exchange and AI are going to help keep things moving more smoothly, to keep these types of accidents from not happening. And of course, the big story right now is what's going on, post-election with the new administration kind of getting their footing. We're seeing a lot of questions about how tariffs might influence the industry. We're seeing a lot of questions about, what oil and gas prices are going to do. We've had, President Trump talking to Saudi Arabia about ramping up production, trying to drive down oil prices. But I think the net, feeling in the industry right now is one of positivity, and one that we're heading in a great direction. We've got a very supportive administration, and we're going to see great things happen.
Speaking of great things, we're shooting this from Houston, Texas, and even though it's February, I'm sweating my butt off because it's 95 degrees right now, which is great, right? Houston's a great place to be. But Brad, when you look at everything that's going on in the industry and all the changes that are going on, a lot of companies are wondering where they can get guidance from, where they can get help from. So a lot of this stuff is new. And some of the new stuff that's going on is things like podcasts in the industry. And I got to give Brad a big pat on the back. So I'm Mark LaCour with OGGN. We started the first oil and gas podcast in the industry. We've grown that tremendously, but y'all jumped into it as well. And your content is incredible. And I'm not making fun of the other attorney firms out there, or maybe I am a little bit, but you add a personal element to what you do. So this is the first time we've met in person, even though we've connected on social, but I feel like I know you from your social posts. And I think it's wonderful that you're giving all that stuff away for free so that people can learn more and actually make smart business decisions.
Yeah, and I think we look at it less like giving it away for free and more like just elevating the industry as a whole. It's just something that I think we really enjoy doing, and hopefully that comes across, in the content, in the podcasts, in the webinars we do. It's really just we enjoy learning. It's one of the core principles of Oliva Gibbs, and we enjoy sharing that knowledge with our clients and with the industry as a whole. I think it makes it elevates us all. So we love doing it.
Yeah. So this is February 2025. We're in the very beginning of our new presidential administration. There's a lot of buzz about what's going on, what could happen, drill baby drill. But bottom line is cheap, abundant, reliable energy is important to the humankind, not just to citizens in the US, not just to people here, but the entire world. And one of the things I think our current administration is focused on is trying to help provide that cheap, abundant, reliable energy. But we've had 20 years of industry, of people that aren't fans of our industry. We've had 20 years of laws and political decisions being made. We have 20 years of people making decisions that affect our industry that don't understand basic science. And so it's this tangled web that you have to navigate through, especially if you run a large business. And that's, I think, one of the things that y'all do really well is you help your clients untangle that web and figure out how do you do this, minimize risk, and still run businesses.
So you're exactly right. A lot of what we try to do is help our clients navigate kind of what's going on in the current environment to minimize risk. And I think the drill baby drill mentality creates a lot of excitement. It creates a lot of buzz. But I think what we're going to see over the next 4 years is a lot of operators who are a little bit once bitten, twice shy. And I think we're going to continue to see this aura of capital discipline that we've seen. And, you know, as much as drill baby drill is a buzzword, I think capital discipline is a buzzword as well. And it should be, because I think these operators are really interested in returning value to shareholders, not kind of just turning on the tap, not artificially driving down prices, and kind of keeping things, keeping the environment good for everyone and for the world at large. And so I think what we are going to see over the next 4 years is a lot more private equity, a lot more money starting to flow back into the industry. But this idea of capital discipline and of creating and maintaining value for shareholders.
Yeah, it's so funny. So Brad and I did not rehearse this at all. In fact, this is the first time we met. And that was where I was going next, capital discipline. He stole my thunder. But you're 100% right. So for a long time, the independent operators in the U.S. is almost like a Ponzi scheme, right? They would drill a well, they'd have the production numbers, they'd use those production numbers to get capital to drill another well, and at some point that had to end. Having a pure growth strategy isn't a long-term goal. And I agree with you 100%. I think now everybody's looking at returning value to shareholders. If you're a private company, it's paying off debt and it's having good capital discipline, because we've learned that we've got burnt so many times. However, any of your investors that are listening to this right now that did invest in the oil and gas industry, you do realize how much money you lost out on all your peers that did. Brad, I've never seen this much money sitting on the sidelines from an investment community before, and they're just waiting. And I think they're waiting to see if our current administration is actually going to do what they say they're going to do. And so if you're an independent operator, I think this would be a great year for you.
I think so too. And I think one of the things that's not getting talked about a lot, you know, oil gets a lot of the press, oil gets a lot of the coverage, but I think natural gas is going to be one of the big stories, you know, and particularly if oil prices do drop, if we start to see, you know, prices get a little bit depressed, I think what we're going to see is more wells getting shut in, you know, less natural gas coming to market and natural gas prices starting to come up. And the hope is that, you know, our Haynesville clients, our East Texas and Louisiana clients, our Ohio and Utica clients are going to see a real boom year or a real boom time over the next couple of years. And so I think there's a silver lining, even if oil prices were to, you know, kind of go off a cliff.
Yeah.
But I think the hope is with the capital discipline that we start to mitigate a little bit of the highs and lows and kind of keep things a little more consistent, a little more in the middle. And, you know, I hope that's what we see over the next couple of years.
And I think we will. The other thing that's happened, I think is amazing, is the amount of technology that's come into our industry. And when you hear technology, you think of things like measure it while drilling, things like 3D seismic stuff. It's way bigger than that. And the cool thing about all this technology is coming in, first thing, it's making it safer, so we have less people get hurt. Second thing, it's increasing efficiency, which means more uptime, more production. And then finally, it's making things less expensive. So back to your capital discipline. So the oil and gas industry's welcomed this technology influx. And Brad, for 27 years, I've been screaming that we need new tech in this industry, and it's finally starting to happen. Thank goodness. It's just good to see it coming in.
Yeah, it really is. And I think if it hasn't become the industry standard yet, we're going to see it become the industry standard over the next few years. And I think those that aren't truly accepting the tech, that aren't looking for AI solutions are going to get left in the dust. You know, they're just
100%.
they're not going to have the analytical firepower that some of their competitors are going to have. So I think it's very exciting.
Yeah, and so Megan waved at us, which means we need to calm this thing down, slow it down. And Brad's very, he's not one of those people that brag about his company, but I'm telling you people, if you need help, reach out to them. Brad, if people wanted to learn more about your company, where should they go?
Go visit our website at oglawyers.com and take a look. Follow us on LinkedIn. We've got an amazing marketing team. We put out a lot of content, and we try to keep it high quality content that educates, content that helps spread the word about our industry, that helps dispel myths about our industry, and help educate people about all the great things that our clients are doing out there. The world can't exist without oil and gas.
100%. And he won't say this, but their content, not only is it really good, sometimes it's funny. And it was the first time I ever actually laughed at legal content. So just great work by you and your marketing team.
Well, I really appreciate that. Mark, thank you so much
for
having me today. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it.